If you know Jim Morrison, you know the wild, poetic soul behind the doors. But did you know that behind the legend of the Lizard King was a man with a secret, one he kept pretty close to the vest? Jim Morrison's father was Rear Admiral George Stephen Morrison, a decorated U.S. Navy officer whose career spanned some of the most critical moments of the 20th century. And for most of Jim's life, he kept that fact hidden from the world. Let's rewind to August 1964, the Gulf of Tonkin incident. Jim's dad, then Captain Morrison, was leading a carrier division right in the thick of it. When the destroyer USS Maddox was attacked by North Vietnamese boats, it was Morrison's task force that responded. But 2 days later, another supposed attack was reported. Only this time, pilots in the air saw nothing but darkness and confusion. Captain Morrison's team said those enemy contacts were likely nothing at all, but that message got twisted as it went up the chain. Eventually, President Johnson used the false reports to push through the Gulf of Tonkin resolution, which gave him the green light to massively escalate the Vietnam War. Talk about being at the center of history. And Admiral Morrison wasn't just a witness to history, he made it. He survived Pearl Harbor, flew combat missions in World War II, taught nuclear weapons strategy, and even helped launch the Navy's first spy satellites. He saw action in Korea, earned a Bronze Star, and became one of the youngest ever to reach the rank of Rear Admiral. But his career wasn't without controversy. In 1967, when the USS Liberty was attacked, Morrison ready to rescue strike, only to be ordered to stand down. He later spoke out against the official account, a move that may have cost him further promotion. Now imagine being Jim Morrison, the rebellious poet, trying to break free from the shadow of a military giant like that. Their relationship? Strained, to put it mildly. When Jim told his dad he wanted to be in a rock band, Admiral Morrison called the idea ridiculous, even told him he had no talent. After the Doors' first album, his father wrote a letter urging Jim to quit music entirely. And when Jim died in Paris in 1971, the news reached Admiral Morrison the day after he gave a speech at the decommissioning of his old ship. That's a moment that's tough to even imagine. But here's the twist. Years later, the Admiral and his wife visited Jim's grave in Paris. They laid a plaque with a Greek inscription. True to his own vision, true to his own spirit. So next time you hear, "Light my fire," remember. Behind Jim Morrison's myth was a different kind of legend, one forged in the crucible of war and history. Two men, two eras, one complicated legacy.